Okay. January 17th, 2026. The song is Look Out, Here Comes Tomorrow. And I've got paternal energy for a change. So father side of the family. Got the 8th house again, so they're still talking about Scorpio energy. We've got Virgo again, so they're still talking about health issues. And we've got the sun. The sun is in Sagittarius still. We've got Virgo nowhere. So 8th house is Scorpio, it's in its own house. So reproductive organs and shared resources. And Virgo's in the 6th house of things that are hidden, things that go on in the dark. So again, secrets possibly about health, or and health could be financial, emotional, or mental or physical. So let's see. 17 is the star card. So David, Fred. It's about your North Node, Aquarius, 11th house. It's about facing the chaos if it's the upright. So let's see what it says. There it is. So finally, somebody is facing the chaos. Are they being too rigid, too stubborn? You've got the Scorpio energy there, so there's a problem. And a decision to be made. So, here we go. That's Mercury retrograde. We're no longer waiting till we show the facts. We're no longer protecting others. We're no longer in denial. We know we have a decision to make, and we're going to make it. 2 weeks. We might have to revisit something. And there is the past. Children, siblings, 6 months or longer. The past. Someone returning from the past. But it's positive. Nostalgia. But we are drained. Scorpio energy. Reproductive organs and shared resources. Either the finances, your health, whatever it is drained. It's empty. Somebody's running on empty. They're not in charge of their emotions. It could be addictions. And stubbornness. And all that'll get you is set your robes on fire. Holding on to something with bleeding fingertips. The more you resist, the more it persists. In other words, the more you hang on to something that's past its sell-by date, the worse it's going to get. 4 years. Alice. There we have today's card, which is neutral, but it does mean that we're facing this. A separation. We have Kristen, Emily, Catherine, Susan, Aidan. Adam, Eve, Lily. Again, the name David. Mercury, communication, Gemini, twins. So siblings, children and school days are very important. And something out of the blue to astonish you that you're not going to like, an action that's being taken the next 8 days. This is about blessings. 3 of them. You may have 3 children, you may have been married 3 times, whatever your blessings are or will be. This is friendship, this is marriages, this is Sam, and this is Peter, this is Diane, this is Mark. 5 or 23. Catholic Church, teachers, school days, children. Again, your upbringing, the way you was taught to believe, religion, binding yourself to the material world is not appropriate. This is about standing in your truth and your belief system. So, but it is also about what you value, because it's Taurus, and your own value, your self-worth, and it is positive. So 6 and 24 is negative, but that 5 and 23 is positive. So Gemini, we have got nowhere. Taurus, we've got in Uranus. So rebellion, a religious rebellion perhaps, a school rebellion. So Gemini is in the 3rd house, its own house, and Taurus is in its own house. So 2nd and 3rd house and 8th house. So look at them in your chart because it's most important. Or the current chart, which I always put in the posts. So look at the community tab, see what it what's in that house and see what it means. Look it up, Google it, learn. Yeah. And number 10. A change is coming we're not going to like. Somebody's going to take action in the next 8 days. It could be 10 Downing Street. It could be, for me, my house. It could be the name Oscar, Jacqueline. There's that person that was once a good friend, somebody that was accepted into the family. There's the friendship. But this person is now a dangerous enemy. A Capricorn energy. Someone that has lost everything. A businessman perhaps. Man in uniform or somebody with a darker complexion. An overthrow with Uranus. And finally, we have all the cards that we need for this story. It's time to let go. Let go and let spirit take care of it for now. You cannot control everything and everyone. What's yours is yours and always will be yours. It can't be taken from you. Yeah, there is being lies, deceit and theft. Gemini, Libra or Aquarius energy, or someone who's immature, makes bad decisions, mental illness, perhaps children. So there's a lot about children here. Somebody's poking the hornet's nest, trying to cause trouble. And there it is again, the children, siblings, nostalgia, looking back at the past, watching videos, looking at photographs, returning to the past for something. This is a nightmare situation where someone's in separation and there's decisions to be made. Yeah, there could be illness, bad temper, but mostly cowardice and control. Somebody here is trying to control, to dominate. Leo energy, 8 and 26. Ian, David again, Penny. So the heart and back issues with health. If it's the neck and throat, that's a good sign because that means healing. The ankles and legs today. And hands, arms, shoulders. There's the Leo energy. Again, the drama queen. Someone that expects, that's entitled. someone that needs to control the situation. Financial ruin. Usually a blonde female or redhead. Violet Elizabeth, the names. William, Dennis, Waterman, Bonnie, Langford. Any of those names could be relevant. Or the flowers, violets. This is a drama queen of any gender, possibly a Leo. There is a death, a passing, an ending. So in the next 8 days, this nightmare becomes reality. It's over. Death, which is Scorpio energy, before the rebirth. Enough is enough. What's done is done. We're not going to take it anymore. We've been brought to our knees. But once you're backed into a corner, you'll come out fighting. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. For some of you, it could be an actual passing. So Leo then. We haven't got that in the chart either. It'll be in its own house, I presume. Yep. So everything's in its own house. So if I said Virgo's in the 5th house, I was lying. It's 6th house of health. So this could very well be about health, but it doesn't always mean physical health. And there it is. Judgment Day has arrived. Number 20, Joshua. You must rise to a higher level of being, like the phoenix or the rooster rising. I was born in the year of the rooster. So Chinese signs coming up. Oh, yeah, the 17th of next month is the Chinese New Year. So the number 20 is positive. Gary, Sandra. Joshua, the judgment of Solomon. Dentists, teeth, knees, bones, geriatric issues. You will rise from the ashes. You just have to be patient. How many times have they told us that? Your ships will come in. See, we've got... I can't take that now because there's too many. Just one card, thank you. Yeah, but somebody's not going to go down without a fight. They want to win at all costs, the drama queen. They don't care how they do it. And they're quite prepared to cut their own nose off to spite the face. What they don't realise is everyone loses in this and will all regret it. So it is a fight to the death. A change is coming. A bloodbath, blades. Whether that be words, thoughts or weapons. 5 weeks. Yeah, no more sitting on the fence. Libra energy, we must make a decision. And that is the fairy godmother chucking us off the cliff. Ready or not, it is time. Life is not a race. Comparison is not your friend. We do not chop the apple tree down from the Garden of Eden, the apple tree. We prune the branches and feed the roots for a better crop later on. In some way, something you've done, intentionally or unintentionally, has brought you to this point, and you are reaping what you sow. What you must do now is the right thing and sow the seeds for a better future later on. With patience, it will grow, but not if you do the wrong thing. You've got to do the right thing now. There's the mother energy. So we've got mum and dad mentioned. 3 and 30. Nothing can grow in barren lands, and we know it. This is agriculture. This is the military. This is dry, arid energy. There's no water. We've been drained. That cup is drained. Unhappiness. Arguments, especially with a woman. Mothers, mother-in-laws, mothers of their children. May the 31st, November the 11th, again Taurus energy. So the neck and throat could be an issue. Terminations of contracts, promises, friendships, or pregnancies. A pregnancy that doesn't go full time. If that's the case, I'm very sorry. Yeah. You must now put the effort in. Someone may have got a tattoo for someone that passed. Don't bear the candle at both ends, because you will suffer burnout and make yourself ill. And there's Dad. What do I say? Dad is being positive. It's about the head and face. So any injuries there will be healed. This is a protector. This is someone who is successful. This is Aries energy. 4 or 31. He is a beneficial leader, a good man who thinks only of others. So we need that one, the Emperor. So bosses, government officials, the main man in your life, kings, presidents, whatever it is. And we have, I didn't give you the names, did I? Abigail, Natasha, Elaine, Greg, Josh, Lauren, all could be important. And there's the 15. No more toxic energy. We are freeing ourselves from the shackles. We are no longer selling our soul to the devil. We are rising to a higher place of being. Don't sign anything. Don't agree to anything under duress. Any promises, vows, or contracts made in the past or now under duress will be broken. So 15, Lee and Ashley. Capricorn energy. And for once it's positive. So, 8th house we know is the year of the snake, which is coming to an end on the 17th of February. There it is. It is a feminine water sign, Scorpio, 8th house. Funeral parlours, cemeteries, labour wards, ancestral property, and the colour black. It's about interactions, shared resources, birth, death, and rebirth. There's the rebirth. Regeneration, sexual unions, integration, self-sacrifice, your expanded awareness, inheritance and other people's money, metaphysics. In the complex 8th house, the secrets of the universe are revealed, so a secret is coming out. This is the point at which we move beyond self-awareness to universal awareness. It is Plutonian and reaches when death is met. There we go. The one great certainty of life and the one most feared, the cowardice, frightened. And expanded state of consciousnesses are encountered. At a mundane level, the 8th house is one of shared resources and monetary gain, things inherited. The sign on the cusp describes how easily resources are shared or how greedy someone is, and there is greed here. Inheritance may be on a physical or psychic plane, including ancestral patterns and potential. An elusive Pisces in Neptune, which we haven't got, but we have got Capricorn and Saturn could suffer loss, inherit a substantial legacy, or flair for business. Intimately connected with sexual unions, it's one of the most fundamental processes of the 8th house, and there is none of that going on here because we're in separation. It's a nightmare situation and we're constantly arguing. Uranus, which we mentioned, could indicate ambivalence or same-sex relationships. And then we've got the Sun in Virgo. And it mentions the father. competent self-expression, practical perfectionist, analytic, which he is, productive, functional and organised. The Sun in Virgo is committed and unperturbed by setbacks. So we must be unperturbed by the setbacks that come to us. Face the chaos head on. Don't be in denial. Make the decision. If it's that bill behind the clock that you've ignored, you must ring them up, face the consequences, make a deal. Don't let them come chasing you. Face them head on. So, number 9, there we go. The Peace Walker, the gentle movement forward. So, we want peace, not war. So somebody is trying to make peace. The Peace Walker is an elemental who resides on this earth to help raise awareness. There you are, rising. To help others find their way home. There are many elementals who have chosen to walk this path to help humanity, all of nature and its many beings on this planet. Sometimes they find it difficult being in human form, but understand it is for a greater purpose. At this time our worlds are all connected, but this may not always be so, because we are destroying what beauty we have in this world. This is the concern that they carry, and their task is not an easy one. Peace Walkers ask you to take up the challenge yourself, to do what you can to help raise the consciousness of humanity. Where can you help or set an example to educate and inspire others, to look after nature and all its beings? Where in life can you change your habits that have an impact on this planet? We cannot do this alone. We need all who are willing to listen. So we must do this together. Another message by drawing this card is one of finding peace, because peace is essential in this day and age to help us through the stresses of everyday life. So if it's not giving you peace, not making you happy, it's time to end it. It's time to nurture ourselves. There seems to be less time for ourselves. We are time poor, tired and running on empty. This in itself is not sustainable unless we balance the scale by finding peace and calm, which means finding time to let this in, because our external environment reflects our internal environment. So, what was the song? Stop. Tomorrow's coming, something like that. I did say at the beginning, I'm sure I did. We can create peace in our external environment and vice versa. Make some time for yourself where you can sit and just be. Help others find their peace. If this is the one thing you feel you can do to make a difference in this world, the more we find peace, the more we find peace in a collective scale. Become centered and able to handle situations better, bringing balance back into our lives, and make time for ourselves. So you can't help others on an empty cup. You've got to feed yourself first. Frigg, she's faithful, but she's upside down, so she's the unfaithful wife, which may cause the split. the blonde again. So let's see what she says in the upright. Where is she? There she is. So, Scandinavian goddess, model of wifely devotion, or seems to be at first glance, she who is loved. Silence, wisdom, devotion, resourcefulness, female cunning, though, and that's what I see here, and independence. Despite being married to the rather ghastly Odin, king of the gods, now, those that cast the fair stone shouldn't live in glass houses because she was upside down. She was a devoted wife and mother. She counsels you to make certain you are sure of your facts before you speak or act. Frigg also signifies the grace of forgiving, an ability to love someone and accept their faults, but be able to look after yourself without over-dependence on the actions of another. And that, drama queen, is over-dependent. Frigg also counsels you to be steadfast. Devotion and patience, yes, are qualities that can make for successive relationships or projects. Frigg supports you in developing these qualities in yourself, but do not shackle yourself to something that's toxic. Your choices have consequences. Those consequences shape your destiny. Oh yeah, you see? 15 in reverse. Exactly what we've got there. So, whilst in the tarot, this is positive, going for my throat. In these cards, it may not, because it's reversed. So we need to heal. Upright, it's healing. And we're not healing, we're not well, there's something wrong. The shy and gentle fallow deer is known for its white spots and the broad velvety antlers it sheds. So we need to shed a skin and regrows each year. Death and rebirth. Similarly, oats are a symbol of restorative nutrition, even in poor soil, barren lands. Eventually, they will grow. Oats can flourish, providing a hearty sustenance. So maybe, even in a negative environment, something will grow. You may be feeling overwhelmed and in need of a break. Consider withdrawing for a while to heal in isolation. How do you rest and recharge, and what practice nourishes your soul? So do something for you. Take some time out. Do what you need to do to get your strength back, and then we can go to battle. Thanks for listening. Speak soon. I'll write the song up as soon as I can. Bye-bye.